Welcome back to Workers and Resources. We are back trying to recover from our heating plant mishap. I'm not sure if this will be the solution. If we provide enough cars here, maybe the people in here can just live and be fine. We'll see. I also have to redesign this area because there's a lot of traffic on this route with a lot of cars not being able to leave. Because one wants to go to the left and, well, there's always a car coming. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's make this a right-hand turn exit only by removing this road. Once we can do that. The people in here are not going to go anywhere, it looks like. Alright, there we go. This should speed things up considerably. And they can use the roundabout to turn around, presumably. Reach everything. So yeah, we did upgrade our intersection to a roundabout. Interesting line. We'll see if this has a positive effect as soon as we recover our population in our town. Mainly this building, which is still decreasing. We are going to try and see if we get our prison system running the way it should. Right now the issue is not enough policemen. And the courthouse is kind of overstaffed. So we'll shift some people over. We also have a severe lack of highly educated workers. Let's allow people with like any loyalty to become a professor, so we can increase the amount of university educated people we have in our nation. That is a higher priority than boosting loyalty right now. And yeah, we'll let this run. Not going to remove everything and then try to restart. We'll just sit here and let the police station slowly get a bunch of workers with the right education trying to resolve this. And I guess this year we are going to find out if we can actually make this sustainable again. Traffic jam has been cleared up. We got our new parking lots, so we shall buy a bunch more Trabants. And see if the building fills up with a few more people being able to get like their amenities, their demands met. Now that the road has been fixed, we could switch this to a no car traffic bridge again. But it seems like they are not clogging it up, so might not even be needed. We could leave that open as a shortcut. We will fill some more parking lots with cars. And see how things go. More cars will mean more mobility for people. Hopefully being able to deal with everything that they need to. And yes, we will have to make this building work, because this will be like the building that supplies workers to the heating plant. So as soon as we have vehicles in here, hopefully they can all grab one and do the things that they need to do. We have some spare cars now that people that move into the building can pick up and use. And we'll see how that develops. Other than that, the village just is existing. I think people still live here. Like, moved back in here. And they are doing okay-ish. Oh, I guess the roundabout could have had an effect on, like, the distance, so... 2,499 meters for the furthest away parking lot. And that one has 2,475 meters, so... But can only reach one parking lot. Not the other four. We could relocate those residential ones into one of the side parking lots to free up some space, which I think makes a bit of sense. Get those relocated. And that enables some people to drive here if they need to. The oil refinery is active again, because we needed bitumen for our asphalt plant. So exports are now able to resume. I will take care of the whole situation that we need to provide our own fuel to our nation. So for that I need a dedicated fuel tank with a loading platform to take fuel from. It doesn't really need a loading platform. We're not going to pick up oil that much. Fuel, I mean. So the loading platform's, I guess, not that urgent. And the distribution office is also going to be necessary. I guess we're going to hook this up to, like, this area, to this parking lot area. Or maybe next to here. The resource storages could become a different area at some point. Can we fit a distribution office in here? I want this to be a medium distribution office for fuel distribution throughout the nation. I'll get that set up. And a storage tank. And if we have like loading issues on this platform, we'll turn the tank so the output faces south, and we can put a loading platform in here at some point if we need to. Maybe I'll make it so the loading platform is here, next to the roundabout area. No, it should be in the side area. I think that's okay. We'll put this down. Connected with a dirt road, that's fine. And let that be built. And of course, a pipe from the fuel, which is this storage. And then we prioritize output into this tank, so our domestic fuel is always filled before we start exporting any. And this distribution office will bring fuel throughout our nation into other storage tanks. What I like to do, I haven't planned this out here first, but I like to put like storage tanks into the roundabouts, and that is then the general fuel supply for the area. But I guess I can't fit that here, unfortunately. So we would have a a storage tank in the area with a small distribution office, which would bring fuel to all the other to all the buildings that need it. But in this case, right now, most vehicles are like going to like gas stations, so we don't even need to bring fuel to dedicated buildings, except for some rare exceptions like the fire stations and the hospital. Once the population in this building starts increasing again, then we know that the issue should have passed. Once winter hits, we will know if our heating situation has been resolved. I will have to provide more parking lots here. 100 people is quite a lot. This one is 16 parking lots. More parking lots around the heating plant or the back of this. I guess we could also have some parking lots over here, which could then also be used by the courthouse, because this one is in walking distance of 2 residential buildings, but maybe it wants to be in walking distance of more of them. Anyway. Yeah, I will probably build this in the future with like few crossings. The T-junctions where they can't cross over, like this thing, should not happen that often. Here it makes sense because they want to do a left-hand turn to enter and a right-hand turn to leave. And here it also mostly is a right-hand turn to leave, and then I guess left-hand turn to enter is not ideal, but since the cars coming out don't want to do a left-hand turn most of the time, it's fine. Only some construction vehicles really want to go there. If they're up here and they want to go into this direction, they are taking this roundabout way instead. So the heating plant is also the situation that we would have if we have our power plant online. If we don't have enough people, if we don't have a general amount of unemployment in our city and we don't have enough people, then no one would drive to the power plant. So some residential building next to the power plant with access to them to drive over here would be maybe a necessity. In that case, our gas power plant requires 15 workers, so we would have 45 workers in this area, and tell them to all work in the power plant, since you can tell residential buildings where citizens should go. I don't know if that also applies to passengers and students. I think it's just workers. There's like, yeah, where should citizens be going to work? It's just workers. So we would be able to drop down a building that holds like 45 workers and tell them all to work in the plant. Just a simple flat with a relatively high quality of living, something like that. We would need 2 parking lots to have enough room for people to live, and then pick a car and move. That would be sufficient. And I think that's what we're going to do. People living here. If this is the way that it needs to be, then it's the way it needs to be. We'll try and make that work. The power plant will get its own water supply. And sewage handling. plop down the residential building in this area as well. Heating is an issue. Unfortunately, the power plant does not provide heating. Let's see if we can maybe make that work in a different way, where we might be able to get heating from here and still be within walking distance of the power plant. That is quite far. Probably not. I don't like building a dedicated heat exchanger just for this area, but if we do that, then we could also have some residential buildings right next to the oil refinery. Alright, I guess we are going to do the heat exchanger thing, a small one. That will require a heating pump as an intermediate. And then that's close, but yeah. We'll go down here and then over, I think, rather than go here, or does it not matter? I would like to be close to our existing infrastructure, I think. Yep. We'll have the heating pumps over here next to this intersection. We'll make a large heating pump, because if we do that, we might build more residential buildings here, and then we can use this heating pump to draw some heat for residential buildings in this area anyway. So I will use a large heating pipe instead. And then probably only a small one over here. Small heating pipe. We'll leave this up here open for a different connection, and then just go along the road, basically. Into this heat exchanger and make this corner a little bit shallower. This is a lot of stuff just for one residential building. But it will provide safety, I hope. Electricity is not as critical as heating for us, but it will still be useful to have. You are the heat exchanger. We'll make the quarter path. We'll even give those people that live here their own tennis playground. Then they can use the tennis balls and how much they are getting polluted to judge if they maybe should move or not. This building doesn't really need a road connection. Well, it doesn't matter if it has one. And then two large parking lots. Or maybe these medium ones? No. 6 cars is not enough. That exit could be a problem if they want to drive across and turn left. But there shouldn't be that much traffic here, so I think it's going to be okay. Can make that corner if you draw it like that, it works. Alright. I know people will just cut across here. If this was in any way, shape or form realistic. So we'll probably put a monument there. There was a fire that I clicked away. Haven't heard a burning down noise yet. Might have also clicked away the building has been extinguished. Probably. If it hasn't, then we're gonna get notified. I will probably make like put a plaque here. If we can fit one. So they can't just cut across, they have to walk past it. I don't even know if that would be in the range of the residential building. If it isn't, that would be unfortunate. Yes, it would be. Okay. It is within range. Right. 2 parking lots, residential building itself. Heat exchanger, water, sewage, electricity is coming from the power plant. Oil is ready. These buildings don't have electricity yet, meaning that there would be no way for the oil to move into the power plant, but we can use a single truck to provide an initial splooge of some oil from here into the power plant and then just cancel that. That's what we're going to use the distribution office for. I guess we still have 1 truck to do that. Make sure that there's always oil in the power plant. That will be the job of this pump. High priority going towards the power plant. We're not going to export electricity for profit, I don't think. Maybe a tiny amount. But I don't want to create that much pollution. Okay. Heating pipe is being dug out. Construction projects slowing down the traffic over here. Main road will be changed to be this one. This should also be a main road. I don't know why that one got changed. Oh, because I removed one part of the intersection. I removed this line. Yeah, the parking lots are not well placed here. Lots of traffic issues. Will be interesting to see if the population in here will grow. This is a very small, very fine baseline of workforce over here. All of these cars are already assigned, so these are 12 plus another 12, 24. Then we have a bunch of unassigned ones over here. So as people are moving in... Oh yeah, I have to set this to prefer, so people can assign themselves to the vehicles here. As people move in, they should be able to take a car and hopefully run to town to do what they need to do. The police does not have any open criminal cases anymore. Let's reduce the amount of workers in here down to a %, to 25%, a quarter. And now it's up to the courthouse to deal with things, and we'll monitor and assign workforce as needed. Yeah, and also the warden system is not quite sufficiently staffed as well. But at least people are being punished, I guess. I could reduce the sentences. Medium crime, minor crime, less than a year. Medium crime, 1.5. Serious crime, 10 years. No judges. All of these are set to prefer university education, meaning that anyone has access to them. If there's a car parked there, anyone can go there and park there, but if there's a car with reserved residential parking, we need to assign it to university educated people. I should make a parking lot just for... I should make a parking lot that only allows university educated people to take a car from. Like that one. Only university education. Fill that up with like also Trabants, because we're not gonna give any preferential treatment here, except to those that have like a combi. Those ones. Sports enjoyment is not great. Culture enjoyment is not great. I don't want to build a football field here. Or a soccer field. This one shall also get citizens from around town. Fill this up to like 3/4. Okay. That tank has already been... Wait, why is there bitumen in here? You're not supposed to have bitumen, this is only for fuel. I connected this one, which is only fuel, and you're pumping bitumen in here. No, it works. Okay. Weird. I guess since everything was drained, it also accepted the other the other material going through that pump. Kind of makes sense. But yeah, our export train will have to wait. We have to store 1,500 tons of fuel in here now. No safety hazard at all. As long as it's fully filled, there shouldn't be any gases that can ignite, right? Should also get rid of that dirt road, even though it seems to be working quite well as a road just for traffic that wants to go here. We could make this like a road that always connects over here rather than going onto the main road. But this way people from the village can also come here and work. But these stops are not placed well. They're all directly connected to the road. And then this is a very short road itself, so it's creating traffic issues. We'll have to relocate all of that. Probably with some parking lots here. Put the parking lots on a dead end with a long road so they can organize themselves. Infrastructure in the way, the heating pipe is too close, I guess. Yeah, I didn't lower that heating pipe into the ground. It is still July, we could still fix that. Sure. Why not? It's only going to affect government buildings on the other side. It's going to the village. I don't really want to dig out the whole pipe, so we're just going to lower that one. And at some point, if we need this area, we can cut this over here and lower it underneath the ground as well, or lower under the ground. Now we should be able to place the parking lot here. Get this built as the replacement parking lot. Footpath access to this area will be provided. Once the road has been built, we'll hook up these and maybe some of the parking lots directly. And I don't know if this road is going to be integrated. I think it will probably become a permanent road. And once these parking lots up here are constructed, these 3 will be removed and replaced by those. We just need to ensure that the people living here do have vehicles, because it's the only way to get around. Otherwise we would run into problems. Low loyalty. Well, people in this village do not really matter. It's an experiment. We don't know your loyalties. Your happiness is really low, really low. Lots of unsatisfied demands. Can't even go to town, cause yeah. Can't go to town, can't find anything to work. Guess we'll give you some more vehicles. Visiting the church is... I don't know. We'll leave it open, it's fine. People can go visit you. But yeah, let's provide some more cars. Maybe more people will move in. Might need to designate a new area with a large parking lot at some point. There are still some lights on, so people are living here. It's not too bad. It's just almost a ghost town. I don't think I can fit through there. Oh, can I? Or can I? Yeah, criminals over there. The police can't reach. I don't want to build a police station over there yet. Let's get our heating supply in order. We're still working on like surviving, and it's almost the end of the year again, where temperature will drop. 3 more months or so. That's a good number of workers in here. That's okay. We have the people living here, deciding to... Oh, okay, now we have prisoners and no one's working in the prison. It's also great. And they're running away because no one's taking care of them. As I said, that's fine. At least they have been sentenced to... They should be self-governing, really. The criminality is decreasing. Their loyalty is also decreasing a lot. Okay, now we have some wardens. Let's turn that up to 10 so more people go here. 97. Let's drop that down to 20, so we need 60 workers for this, plus another 30, so 90. Which should be exactly what this building can supply if it were full with people that wouldn't try to escape. And let's also finish this area. The heating pipe's gonna be expensive. And it will also need electricity down here. This is not in range of any electricity. It could have been. But it's fine. If we expand the town a little bit, then more electricity in this area is going to be a thing that we need. Most of the town expansion is really just parking lots and ways for people to drive into parking lots and not cause any traffic issues. That's all it is. Also have to be careful because this has a rail connection at some point. I think this will get a rail bridge. Need to go 3 levels high, I guess. Let's see. How long did I make that one? 59 meters. And then the service road we're just gonna cross over. And that's just to have it planned here. And that's it's not gonna be the end point for the double lane road, the double lane rail, double track rail. That might end into a dedicated rail station, which could also be in here, I guess. With 2 dedicated bridges. Or a tunnel. A tunnel going through here and then coming out this way. But I just wanted to place this rail so I know what I need to reserve for that space. And now we can plop down the substation. I don't have any plans for anything else here right now, so I'll just dirt road it up, I guess. Interesting. I don't know how that one got stuck. Okay. Is that in range? Yeah. Other infrastructure in the way. Oh well. Can't line it up neatly. Bridge is in the way. Well. It's fine. This residential building will be built last once we have everything in place. The technical service probably can reach if I increase the length. No, it can reach with 2 kilometers. Okay. So water and sewage will also be handled by this technical service in the area. Don't need to do anything special. We are going to start with like half population. I don't want to throw all of them into the meat grinder. But then again, I kinda do. How's the population in our building that was sub 50 people living there? 45. It dropped a little bit more. I wonder if I can increase the happiness by providing more amenity buildings. Or if it's just like, okay, we have someone with 0% loyalty that maybe might be a former prisoner. Those ones should not really teach our students. Really need more professors. Am I going to spend some money to get some university educated people? We have 40, 28, so 68, 116 available in this area. We're using 30, 60, 90, no one's in here, but 120, 138. Yeah, we're really lacking university-educated people. That is quite the working time for the excavator. Well, it's gonna be done before winter, I'm sure. There might even be enough heating stored in here. No, there's no heating stored in there, it's just ambient heat heating this thing. Never mind. Alright, more university-educated migrants. Let's see how that goes, if it helps. Only had one escape, now we have some workers. We ideally would like one warden per 2 prisoners. Otherwise this quote-unquote service in here is not that great. And the loyalty of our wardens is also not the best. Meaning that it decreases the loyalty of the prisoners that works in here, that are sitting in here, I guess. What we can do, we could make the prisoners work in the heating plant. For that I need a prison bus. Now, I said no buses. Is a prison bus a bus? Do we have anything that doesn't say bus? We have a prison transport, that's not a bus, that's just a transport. That works. That's fine. The other ones are buses, they can carry a lot of people, but a prison transport, that's fine. Yep. Get 2 of those. Prison transports are fine. Prison buses, no. Okay. I can justify that. That's okay. We go from here into the heating plant. Ensure that enough workers are around. That's pretty much it. Get 2 of them, set them to line space, and that will also help with heating issues, although we don't have that many prisoners. But it'll help. If we can use prisons and prisoners to run our critical infrastructure, that would be fine. If those vehicles are allowed. Transports are allowed. Now, can you work in the power plant? I don't know if that infrastructure might be too much. University-educated prisoners working in the power plant. Alright, distribution office is set up. We're going to get our high-speed fuel truck. And get a bunch more. Some cistern trucks. Speed being important, 80 kilometers an hour is going to be a requirement. I don't want to use 70. Set to 8 vehicles. Add a source for fuel. Give me a warning if this ever runs out. And then you will get the task that our free distribution office over here has. So we need to reassign everything. I'm probably going to replace that free fuel station. Not quite sure yet. Oh, it minimizes the building highlights also when you minimize it. Okay. Well, we'll leave that gas station up for now. Oh no, we don't. We don't. We have a gas station right here. Right. That one can be unassigned. Another fire station. Anything else? Hospital. I'm not going to assign any of these. Our gas station. These gas stations. Don't have anything over here. I guess our singular gas station in this area, maybe. It's not a lot of tasks. I guess we'll see what comes up. It's probably going to be right. We'll see. Just need to make sure all fire stations have fuel. Except the truck-based one up here next to the heating plant. That one they can drive and get fuel themselves. So this one is going to be our fuel DO, distribution office for fuel. Proper infrastructure. It will supply a little bit of oil into the power plant, but once that one is running, it won't need to do that continuously. Temperatures are dropping a little bit. At some point they're going to complain in the school and the kindergarten that temperatures are too low. We are working on it. Getting the pipe laid down shouldn't be a problem. That will go quickly. I guess there's just not enough parking lots in this area to fill the demand of everyone trying to go some places. We'll have to drop down a huge amount of parking lots in all of these areas to make them use all the buildings. Wow, that is a good fit. We'll see if maybe this will satisfy the demand of people, and they will then live in this area if we provide those parking lots here. I haven't had the issue in a long time where snapping doesn't align to the grid. It seems like the developers finally found and fixed that, which is nice. That one was happening every now and then and was quite annoying. Seems like that's not the case anymore. First parking lot has been set up. Some workers driving to the parking lot to build the next one. That's okay. Heating is not active yet. We're still digging out this trench. We still need to hook up the heat exchanger to a road so it may be built. Temporary road from down here. Probably actually a dirt road is going to be okay. Get that built. I need to use dirt roads more often. They are very useful. It shouldn't take long to get this building up. As long as we have electricity in place, we will be fine. And the other pipe will finish before that building. We should be good to go. Waiting on a few workers on that construction site. They will have to take vehicles to get here. Let's assign the construction offices next to our customs house, so... Hello Arion 3, I assume Sweden. Yeah, it's bus, not buses. One bus is allowed. And the prisoner transports are called transports, not prison buses. So S1203 prison transport is fine. It was the only one that had that naming convention, so the other ones are all called prison bus. Even that one with prison bus in parentheses. But that one is from Czechoslovakia is fine. So that one saved us. Decent amount of prisoners now. I really would like to boost their loyalty and happiness. Culture enjoyment doesn't matter. Alcohol. It increases alcohol addiction now if you try to pump them full of propaganda, I guess. We'll try this, see how it goes. We don't have very loyal people in the prison yet, so Soviet propaganda is not that efficient. What we need is more loyal people working here. So we need to increase the loyalty in general in our area. Oh, we got 132 people living here now. Well, I did buy a bunch of university educated people, so I think we had 18 before that. 18? Did we have 18 in here? 40... I think people are still leaving. Great. Any issues? Church. I really should deactivate the church. Religion is annoying. No more churches. Has been closed. I guess I could bulldoze it if I wanted to. Or I could try and provide like a huge parking lot in its area. In the vicinity. I don't know. Let's try and get cars to the people living there first. Okay, heating has been restored. It is starting to drop below 20 degrees Celsius. Now, if we reach minus 20 degrees, our infrastructure will be tested, and right now it looks like it won't hold, because if we only have 10 people working in the heating plant, that's not going to be enough. Didn't increase the people living here at all. Lots of people don't get what they need. This intersection is horrendous. It's horrible. Let's turn that into a one-way road for now. No one shall leave in this direction. You have to turn around. You can enter from here, but you have to leave through here. Probably upgrade this road and make that a permanent thing. That way they won't like cross each other and cause traffic issues. Also make this thing a permanent one. Let's start construction of the power plant, I guess. Fuel is filling up. We're currently only exporting bitumen. I don't have a domestic storage for bitumen yet. I could build another storage tank and hook it up to this pump and then replace this pipe towards the storage tank, so we always have a huge amount of excess bitumen available. Feels a little bit overkill-ish, since we don't consume bitumen anywhere else in our republic. But once we do, we can build that. Fuel, however, we shouldn't need to import any fuel anymore. Last month, no import of fuel. We still had fuel imports, but they have now stopped. And it's a pretty high expenditure for us, getting the fuel from outside. Don't have to do that anymore. Now if we use all of the oil for the power plant, eventually we will run out of the fuel. So exporting electricity, probably not. Just need to finish building the heating pump and then we will have heat in this area. And it also means we can basically hook this building up. I'm probably just hooking up the footpath. There's a lot of people still driving here to work, build things, I guess, build the power plant. Let's turn that off. I want to buy vehicles for people living in the residential building. So I guess you could build any building by placing down a free parking lot. Couldn't do that with roads, but I could build this building by just plopping down a free parking lot, and people would come here and just build it up without like the construction office having to drive them here. Kinda want to test that. Let's unassign the construction office for workers from here, and let's just drop down 2 free parking lots. So the areas up here and over here can't be reached by our ambulances. Maybe if I upgraded the roads they could. I guess that's not a thing that would be too difficult. Would just mean that all the people living here can't use the roads and get to the parking lots for a while. But when has that ever stopped us? It's for the future people living here. It's gonna be fine. What about you? 134. I should get a town hall. What's it called? City hall. To get a more general overview of our commercial district. But that would require more workers also. I would like to know the general issues. Happiness is pretty good. We did get a few people living here from abroad, and they might not have decreased their happiness to expected levels quite yet. Also, it's getting cold, sub 10 degrees, and the heating plant is struggling. These cars are not assigned yet. I think I'll move some people over. So that was 20 people. Cars have found new owners. And hopefully some more employed people going to work in the heating plant. Life expectancy is below 60 years in this building, so very bad. As long as our other buildings aren't full, this is going to slowly empty out. Don't send any workers here either. You're blocking up the parking lots. Heat has been provided now, so the building, once it has been constructed, should be ready. People living in this area can reach, I assume, into town easily. And traffic isn't too bad. We need faster vehicles. The slow trucks and so on, they have trouble getting onto the roundabout with all the fast personal vehicles. Personal vehicles are doing fine. They haven't heard about zip line merging yet, so sometimes they're cutting each other off. I wonder if I reset ownership of these cars, if the cars that arrived here to work would also be just left here and taken away from the people that drove here to work, and they would be stranded. A little bit of unemployment is present. Construction vehicles are picking things up. So I guess the whole parking lot thing worked, since no workers were assigned to this construction project. Unless it reassigned itself once I didn't look. But I don't think it did. What are you complaining about? Oh wait, what? You're complaining about happiness? I've never done anything with you. You somehow activated. I have no idea how, but sure. No wonder I get that many messages. I haven't done anything to you, just stop bothering me. I like the situation with the parking lots supplying workers to the concrete and asphalt plant. That is super convenient. No bus line, only as many vehicles as we need. If we could squeeze 4 workers into the car, that would be even better. Yeah, we're not even bringing any workers to the oil refinery anymore. The Mars 305 bus is just not doing much. Do I have a road depot here somewhere? Just park. Don't do anything anymore. Or was that a construction office? No, it's a road depot. A free one. That's fine. Yeah, they are really scared getting out into the roundabout if there's like a car on this segment. Maybe if I wonder if I could like encourage cars to move out by splitting this up. I don't know. Don't think it made a difference. I thought maybe if this were two separate roadblocks they would only check this one. But I don't think it changed it. They're really slow going out of here. What the hell are you doing? What happened here? That's how it should be. Okay, winter has started. Heating plant is holding. So far. My temperatures haven't dropped consistently very low yet. We probably have to manually move a bunch of people into here. Oh yeah, and the people living here can't go to school. I guess that's the other downside, which will also happen with this one. I don't want to make bus stops only for these buildings. Not very dangerous, but highly infectious disease. Understood. Okay, temperature's dropping. Let's relocate some more people. Parking lots aren't ready yet, which is unfortunate. Let's also confiscate all of these. Doesn't work. Okay. So we have to get more. $20 would be a good amount. It seems to be able to deal with the cold. It's minus 10 degrees and the heat is rapidly increasing. If we have enough cars for people to live here, that would be okay. But I guess we have to bring people to a school, so we have to give them a bus stop and carry them over to the school. It's not going to be done by a school bus, that's for sure. I don't think we have anything called a transporter. They're called microbuses. That one is not called a bus. That one was fine because it was a transporter. That's not a bus, right? That's fine. These are fine. Have a bus stop in this road. I'll open up this road, place a bus stop here, and then carry all the people, the children and... well, not the women and the children, but only the children, to town so they can get educated. That footpath has no other connection. Alright. Well, looks like this road has become very busy. Unfortunately for you, I need to change it. Come on. Okay, made it. Remove all of that. Put the footpath in place again for now. Can't place a footpath. That's not great. Guess we'll get... No, we need the road back. Let's quickly plan the bus stop and put a dirt road back. Yeah, I guess this will become a permanent road. And we also need a bus stop at the other building next to the power plant. Tight fit, but it works. We have like one bus per area picking up people for an education. Sorry, not one bus, one transporter. I misspoke. So they are under transporter right here. These ones. Didn't say microbus. It's fine. Building's almost done. Fill all of these up with as many cars as we can. And hopefully people living here will be okay. Yep. Traffic jam at the customs house, I would guess. Oh no, traffic jam here. Oh, because this is right. My bad. Get rid of this one so they can turn around in the roundabout. Wow. It's so dangerous deleting roads next to other roads for fear of like accidentally removing the wrong one. There we go. Turning around in the roundabout is faster and safer. Minus 13 degrees, temperature is holding, that is acceptable. With only 5 people working in here. So many people can't get their needs fulfilled. Let's remove this traffic sign. have to upgrade this road first. If this should become a permanent road, but I think it should. Temperature slowly dropping at -10 degrees, so not too good. But we do have people walking into this construction site, which they shouldn't. And maybe also some of these parking lots. So they are working in places where they shouldn't. I don't think I'll start a map with like existing towns again because they behave kind of weird. I wish they would like be self-sufficient even if you started building next to them, even if it was like subsistence. It's a little bit fiddly and unintuitive. They behave very strangely. The people that move into this flat will also at the start be able to help build the power plant, I guess. And I hope the vehicles are going to be sufficient. But we bought them. 27 cars, another 25. Wait, that's only 25? 27? That's like 50 something. Yeah, that's fine. This is a small building, right? That one was like 48 maximum. It was not 100. That was for the heating plant. Traffic jam. Why is there a traffic jam here? I don't know. Let's move them over and then move them back, I guess. Make them drive around. Getting messages about villages that I don't really care about is a little bit too much. Maybe that's some improvement that they can look at. I don't think I noticed anything in that regard on the roadmap. But yeah, it would be nice if they had a little bit more... if they made a little bit more sense. Right now it seems a little bit weird. There's another car waiting outside. Alright, you... Did I buy too many cars? No, it seems to be okay. You all move back. And you move in that one, I guess. I'm gonna reset all of these. We're not gonna have any vehicles in the parking lots when the people move in, but that's fine. I'll get there shortly. I have a bus stop here, but it's very far away and it cannot reach the school. Damn it. I guess we're gonna have a singular bus platform in the area, and it can be a small one. There's not gonna be a lot of traffic, I hope. At least that's the plan. Don't think we can fit a bus stop in here, can we? There's a footpath going into the school. I don't think so. Somehow they get stuck for reasons. I don't know why. There's more cars arriving right now. People trying to build the power plant. No, trying to build the gas station, the bus stop. Let's stop that. Building has been built. Temperature's low, what? Is it still heating up? Oh. No electricity. You know what? You would be much happier if you were living in that building, you know? Let's maybe wait until we have the power plant up before we send people in this area. They could have helped building it during summer, but right now is a little bit unfortunate timing, I guess, and poor planning. Cars are getting really confused. So we do need to build this thing with construction offices. People going here by car to build these things is not ideal. That's a job for the construction officers. And then we can move some people in here once we have electricity. Or at least a power plant with some oil in it that can immediately start working and provide the electricity they need. Heating plant is looking okay. Temperatures are -10 and lower. Hopefully some of the parking lots will come online soon. We'll get 16 more vehicles for that one. They should be in range of the residential building once we hook up the footpath. Looks like the road is up again, so time to upgrade these 2 segments, I guess. No, let's build the footpaths first. No one shall wait here except students. We're not going to bring passengers into town with the bus, that would defeat the purpose of this experiment. Just students, occasionally. And our vehicle depot here has one. Pick up any student and then wait for the bus platform to be built over here. Until then, drive them directly to the school and the university. That was the wrong checkbox. Okay. Well, let's let it do that. Yeah, once we have this footpath in place and the ability for people to just walk into the prison. How am I going to make that happen? Now that I have this road here, it's really not that well placed. I guess I still have the... I can still get rid of the road cranes. I shall move those. Having a dedicated construction offices for the mechanisms is something that I have to do at some point anyway. But right now I just want to relocate them, pretty much. How are the people doing with the construction of the power plant? It's progressing. Not that much time left. Bus stop's also almost done. Yeah. Let's see if we can fill this this parking lot again. There's still some vehicles stuck here. Maybe once people move into the residence, they figure things out with the whole parking situation. Oh yeah, and the second bus, I guess I can also assign that already, even though it doesn't need to drive yet. But I can assign it. Since the bus stop just finished construction. So you're gonna go here, go to the university first, and then the school. No workers, just students. And we'll start you once we have some people living here. I don't know if it would be beneficial to upgrade these roads to like asphalt roads with streetlights. I don't think it makes a difference for us, but there might be something that could be helpful that I don't know about yet. Road has been partially built. I don't think I want this road connection. This should not be a drive-through car park. Yeah, just wait for tower cranes to become available and then shift them over. I guess they're all in the power plant probably. Yep. I'll have to wait for that one to finish. I will place down the construction office where they will relocate into after things are done. And then we can make a footpath connection some way in here. Traffic jam. Yeah, I don't know why you have this issue. My guess is this car. And this car. And this car. And this car. And this car. So sometimes these cars get stuck, I guess. A few more vehicles that need to relocate into the parking lots. If two people form a family and the father can go get food, does the father, the one of the family members can get food, can the other family member also draw food from there, or do they both have to go shopping individually? Last construction phase? No, second to last one. Steel framing. That one should also give me a warning if it ever runs out of oil, because it would be the warning before the power plant runs out of oil. Another 16 cars for that stop. Maybe filling them up completely is not the way to go. Maybe you shouldn't dump that many cars in each parking lot. I was wondering if I should have some parking lots for people to work in the prison. It can be up to 70. But for us a relatively low amount is fine. It's okay. We still have the fire trucks that are also drawing quite the amount of workers. Let's limit that to 6. I am fine with the vehicles going on site and trying to fight the fire until the helicopters arrive. Okay, that's all the steel. A third of our fuel tank has been filled. I guess a lot of people are not going into the refinery right now with all the construction projects ongoing. They're picking other working sites. I have to place a city hall. That way I can track the status of like how many people live here, what's their situation, better than I am right now. Because these indicators don't really work for me if I have a ton of villages still active. So this would cover the heating plant plus all of the commercial district. If I put a town hall in here, a city hall. There was supposed to be more parking in this area, but I guess we can fit a city hall in here as well. I think this one needs a road connection, otherwise it just... well, it doesn't need it, but it complains about it. No access for ambulances. But people can just walk there to work. Don't have the road connection that way, I guess. With some parking lots over here in the future. I'll make those connections slightly different. It's probably only going to be one road on this side. Unless I really want to fill all of this up with parking lots. I also was thinking of one more residential building in the future. Let's make 2. And then I don't know what to do with the road yet. Probably another pillar with like entry and exit road. Just down here. parking. That would be ideal for like one-way roads, the roundabout being maybe a two-lane road if you could designate that the right lane is the turn-off lane, the exit lane, and the left lane is to continue in the roundabout. I don't think two wide roundabouts are very common, so one lane roundabout would be sufficient. And yeah, the town hall also needs road access. Those village buildings, I don't need to know about them. A lot of people probably left from here. Yep. Some of them are okay. Maybe they can last until the roads get upgraded. But yeah, this city hall will be a good investment because then we can get an accurate reading of what our city is actually doing. And we don't have to just hover over these and think, oh, maybe it's that. We can accurately see it is that, and why didn't you do anything about it? Power plant isn't done yet. Road cranes aren't back. But we are entering the probably last construction phase. Maybe there's two more. Installing turbines probably, and it should be it. Then drive some oil in there, because the pump itself doesn't have power. Not gonna make a substation here. Four escapes last year. Not bad. A little bit too many wardens. We did not have any heating issues through winter, so that one is okay. And the amount of people did not decline too badly through here, although I think we still need more cars. And I guess the kindergarten could work, but I said no kindergarten in both of these buildings is fine, but then they might be a little bit too small. I do have extra parking lots here, so people can drive here and assist with things. It's just that we have a baseline of like coverage. Okay, I think I will turn off traffic on this bridge again. No personal vehicles allowed. Thank you. That was bound to happen at some point. I have to take the long route, go through the 3 roundabouts. Small one, middle one, large one. Things are looking better. Better than last episode, that's for sure. I'm not sure if it's stable yet. Population still seems to be decreasing slowly. build a second kindergarten. I think I only have one. Productivity is also improving again, which is good to see. That means every worker can do more. Not just like creating resources, but also providing services will be affected by that. Whereas one doctor was only able to treat like 1 or 2 patients before, they are more than 2 patients now. Basically one doctor was struggling to treat a patient because they were really down. Okay, what's the issue here? We have cars going here and driving up there. And they have the right of way. That is not correct. The right of way should be that lane. And you have the right of way to leave town. So 3 and 4. Don't know why they want to. I don't know why they want to go up there. No, wait, they should have the right of way going up here. Why is there so much traffic coming this way? We could force them to go into the roundabout. But I think we might be at the capacity of our road network now. This roundabout should have priority. Doesn't make sense otherwise. They need to clean up the roundabout, what is inside the roundabout, before letting in new traffic. But the other stuff coming from here is blocking whatever is in this roundabout. I guess since we turned off the bridge, everything is now moving through here again. So we'll see if it clears itself up. Construction office vehicles in blue are not helping. They're also creating more traffic. Maybe I should rely more on parking lots than construction offices. So I'll pick these, turn off auto search. Get that one, turn off auto search. And get the one in this area and turn off auto search. And then people will drive to construction sites only by car, except for roads, where they will drive automatically. So, like that. Wiring, conveyors, factory connections. We need people to get there by means of construction office, but buildings can be built with people driving there by car themselves. They don't need a construction office vehicle to bring them there. How's the power plant doing? Still waiting on resources. I should clean up the construction offices over here. Is the road done? No. Last bit of road. Then we can one-way road this whole segment as well. Not a lot of workers in the oil refinery. Plenty of other buildings currently making them be occupied. It's kind of warm enough now to let people build here, live here and build. But I think we can just finish this with like a few workers driving here by car and not endangering anyone. And we also need to first move some oil over. Those are all fuel, that's fine. You are allowed to load oil. As soon as the power plant is done, we'll drop off a bunch. From the customs house, yeah. Oh, you drove here to work in the tennis playground. I guess, yes, that is a thing. You can drive here to work here, but there's not much sense to that yet. I guess the tennis playgrounds and football fields also require very few workers, so the workers driving there by car is a thing. Except for people, when you have people visiting there, then workers also are there. Like unless you really segregate your workforce from your passengers. Some workers going into the oil refinery again. Alright, materials have arrived. We have, this is 4 times 2, 4, 6, 7, 28 parking spaces, and we have 23 filled with cars. 27, so exactly 50, which is enough to supply cars for 48 workers. And 48 workers should be able to deal with 15 workers per shift in the gas power plant. Like, maybe 10 workers. I think it might be time to relocate some people again. Let's get 40. Happiness dropped on relocation, that's fine. And they can walk in here and build this thing now. It's fine. You don't have to go anywhere else, I just allowed you to build this. Well, I guess I was a little bit slow. Maybe they're going shopping, I don't know. You are going shopping. Food and praying. Well, one of those we can deal with. Okay. That's only a one-way road, really. This shouldn't be a turnaround point. As is that one. No power supply yet, yes. We're dealing with that momentarily. Just hold out a minute and build the building. I think the AI is trying to split things up very evenly, so 50% of this building, 10 workers, 50% of that building, 3 workers, and 50% of that building, another 3 workers. So it's trying to even out the amount of workers between all buildings. So buildings like the oil refinery, if it has like 500 people active, would draw quite the amount of workers, but it would still try to even them out between buildings. I'm not sure how that would actually work. I guess it would take most of them for the oil refinery because it would take a higher amount of workers to get the same percentage as another very small building. Let's get the distribution office ready. Wait, you can't load oil from here. That's incorrect. You must load oil from here. And then drop it off in here. And yes, now we can accept workers in here. Just need to bring some oil, and then it will start working. And we just need an initial amount, and then the oil will get transferred automatically. So loading is actually cancelled. You can all do one trip, but you might not be able to fill the power plant in time before it fills itself. I guess the trucks will have to take a little bit of a detour, since I made this a one-way road. There we go. First truck arriving. Get it started, and then, yeah, the other trucks will not be able to drop off their resources here. Now we have electricity. And the school bus can be started. The school transport, sorry. Very important. Okay. I guess the bus platform might also be ready. It's not in range of the university, so might as well drive them to the buildings directly, if they can get there in time. But yeah, things are looking okay. They are not looking great, definitely not looking great yet. We will have to rely on people living directly next to the power plant and the heating plant to see if we can sustain that and make sure that these don't drain completely empty. With a few more additional parking lots and some upgraded roads, we might be able to make these buildings work efficiently all the time, so we don't run into another situation that we had last stream. I'm going to make the connection for the footpath here, and then I'll call the stream. Could have relocated the road here, but it's okay. I'm just gonna shorten this one again. Maybe not yet. Yes. And once this one has been built, we'll upgrade this footpath really quickly, upgrade the remainder of the roads, make this a permanent thing. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We'll continue this at a later time. I'm back at work, so I can't stream as much as I did at the end of last week, where I had a few days free. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Have a good start to your week, have a good Monday, take care, and maybe I'll see you next time.